Alright, welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Amit, and today we're going to go through what my hair looks like now after 3 years of getting a hair transplant. If you don't already know, I got not one but 2 hair transplants done from Istanbul, Turkey, from Vera Clinic. I got 6,000 grafts extracted from my donor area and placed onto my hairline and my mid-scalp. I went back a second time and I did it as well from my crown, and I did 4,000 grafts at that time. So today I want to talk about just the first time I got my hair transplant done from Istanbul, Turkey. So we're talking about the first 6,000 grafts that was done. Before we jump into that, if you are enjoying this type of content, consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Try to make very informative videos on everything that I do here, and hopefully it helps somebody out there with just considering getting a hair transplant or who's already have gotten one. And of course, if you guys want to just keep following the story of how I got my hair back and all the tips and tricks that I teach along the way. Okay, so my hair. 3 years ago, I got the hair transplant done. I was not looking good. I was pretty much bald. It was not a good sight for me, and I told myself that something has to change for my scalp, because at the time, I remember the first time somebody pointed it out was I think around 2016, and I was at a wedding, and my cousin actually was like, hey, why do you have this balding area on your head? And I didn't know that back in the day. I didn't realize my hairline was receding because I just thought that's just how I looked and it didn't really matter to me, but I didn't realize how much of a hairline I was losing at the young age of 23. So I realized that something needed to be done, but I was always afraid of going for a hair transplant, because let's be real, hair transplants are pretty expensive if you're not going to somewhere like Turkey or India. And at the time I was living in Vancouver, and I realized that how can I afford this? I'm not gonna travel all the way and get it done, nor do I want to spend like 20,000 USD in Canada or in the States. So I ended up finding Vera Clinic. They at the time offered a very affordable package for me, and I did a ton of research on YouTube about whether getting a hair transplant was the right way to go. After a lot of debate, and I remember the time I started looking into it, I waited about 8 months, and then I realized that I'm gonna do this. So I decided to just get on a plane and go and get it done. Now, if you've been following my journey already, I've filmed a lot about my hair transplant. And I didn't film my first experience there because I really didn't know what I was doing back in the day, but I decided to get it done, and honestly, it was the best decision of my life. So when I got it done in Turkey, I didn't really know what to expect. I didn't really have that much educational content online either to follow. So I was really doing a lot of things on my own. Thankfully, I filmed a lot of what I was doing back in the day and posted it on this channel because it's helped a lot of people as well, but it's also helped me see that growth over time. So an example is that when I started out, my very first video I posted and I had my scabs on, I was filming myself in just a random room and not really doing anything. I just had a camera on and talking, but it allowed me to see that growth over time. So I started out with first video up until my 12-month mark. I've got to say that the growth over time, you can see visually how much that hair has grown. If it's taught me anything, the amount of gratitude I've had even for posting these videos and helping others out there shows me that I'm not alone. And it's nice to know that there are other people out there who are also experiencing the same thing as me, but they see how much of growth is coming from my head, and it gives them hope as well. These 6,000 grafts that were placed initially, in my opinion, have not died out at all. Even today, I barely see any fault in the middle of my scalp or in the front of my hairline. Given that I didn't have much hair in that area in the first place, I can at least see it now covered mostly, and not having that issue of like, oh, there are some empty spots in the middle of my head. It's actually covered pretty well. Even if I try different hairstyles now, and it still looks really, really good. Granted, in my first transplant, that middle section was still a little bit thinner versus what it is now. Because of going for a second hair transplant, I added a little bit of more grafts in the hairline and mid-scalp to give it a more thicker and fuller look. But regardless of that, I think even after 3 years, the hairline and the mid-scalp look really, really good. With that, I want to show you guys what I've showed you guys before, the 360 view of my hairline, my mid-scalp, as well as my donor area today. You'll see a bit of my crown as well, but again, that's only been from my second hair transplant, so I wouldn't take too much to account. But regardless, you guys see a small little update of that as well. Let's jump straight into how my hairline is looking. It's still pretty thick, and it looks as natural as it can be. Moving on to the first side of my donor area, keeping my hair out long has always been a great idea to help prevent showing any signs of overharvesting, and you can barely see any here. As you can see from the back, the donor area is looking really good and natural without any scars showing. And lastly, on the other side of my donor area, it looks as if I never had a hair transplant in the first place. Alright, now I will show you guys a close-up look of the hairline and the mid-scalp. The hairline still looks pretty strong even after 3 years. I can even pull my hair without worrying that it's going to come out. The mid-scalp looks equally as good. The density I've gotten from it has been incredible, and it really shows here. Even the sides of my donut area look very natural, and I couldn't be happier with my results 3 years later. Now, usually I would show you guys the top-down view of how my hair had grown from the first month up until the 12th month, but I think you've seen that. I'll just show it on the screen here right now. If we're looking at the thickness and the denseness of the hairline and the mid-scalp, I cannot complain. Everything looks really good, and I'm very happy and satisfied with the results even after that long. I've definitely had a change of a lot of the aftercare I've been using post my hair transplants, and I wanted to share some of that with you guys. To start off was taking finasteride. In the past videos, I've been taking the pill throughout my entire hair transplant journey, but I recently switched over to the topical version of finasteride. I'm using the one from Zion. I really wanted to try to use something topical instead of continuously taking the pill because I'm pretty used to just applying something on my scalp every morning and night. So I just added that into my routine and it's become pretty normal for me. Using the topical form of finasteride helps reduce all chances of side effects. So that's one of the main reasons why I swapped over. I wasn't feeling any side effects from the pill. I just want to make sure I didn't have any sort of chance of getting a side effect. So that's the real reason why I just switched over, and I've been happy with it. I've seen my hair stay as it is, and it's been really working for me personally. The next thing I've continuously been taking is Minoxidil. Now, I've still been using Growplex. They've been great, no issues there. I do have discount codes to them if you want to get a 10% off and try it. Minoxidil overall helps grow the hair in any areas on your scalp as long as you're applying it consistently morning and night, which is what I'm doing. I personally have a new Minoxidil brand that I've started using, which is called Postgrafts. This is actually my own brand that I'm starting to launch very, very soon. I've been getting it tested and sampled out by other people as well, and we've been getting really good results from it. So I'm excited to slowly bring that to market as soon as I finally get all my approvals of being able to sell it. But regardless of that, I'm really excited to share that with you guys in the future. Another thing that I'm still using is my Revita hair density shampoo. I've been using that consistently for the past 3 years. I don't use it as often. I only use it twice a week. Once your hair really grows out, you don't need to use the shampoo every single day unless your hair is only feeling greasy or oily. Then it's a good idea to use it, or if you have too much product in your hair. This shampoo is also really, really good along with its conditioner. I've been using that, no issues, and I've seen my hair get even more dense than it was before. I'm still continuously taking vitamins as well. I'm still taking biotin, fish oil, collagen, magnesium, zinc, B complex, all of that good stuff. It's been something that I've been consistent with every single day. A lot of people think I'm insane for taking that many pills, but honestly, I'm fine with it because that's just my normal regimen and routine. It's not for everybody, I won't lie, but some of the most important ones are definitely biotin, zinc, and even iron, as these three are proven to help with hair growth in the long run. Rosemary oil is something that I also highly recommend to people to start using after a hair transplant. It's not as often for me. I do it maybe once or twice a week, only because I don't like my hair being so greasy every single day when I used to apply it. Also because I think my hair is at a really good stable spot right now that I don't need to consistently be using it. It is an added incentive to help hair growth, so I still keep it within my routine and regimens. I do want to quickly talk about Fibres. That used to be one of the things I always used to depend on whenever I used to go out, but now it's not even in any part of my routine. I rarely use it. The last I used it, I think, was at a friend's wedding, but that was really the only situation. Other than that, I haven't had a care in the world for it anymore because I'm very happy and confident of how I look. Even if it isn't as dense at the back as I would have liked it, I am still very satisfied and I'm very happy with how it's turned out. So Fibres are great to use, don't get me wrong, for anyone who has had hair loss or areas that they need to patch up as a temporary basis. But for me personally, I don't use it anymore. But if you're interested, there are links to everything, including Fibres, in the description below. Check them out. There are so many different discounts on a lot of the products that I'm recommending. They've been useful for me throughout my journey, and hopefully they're useful to you as well. So yeah, after 3 years, I've no regrets of going to Turkey, especially, and getting the hair transplant. It's changed my life. It's changed a lot about how I feel, and I think it will be for you as well if you've done a hair transplant or you're considering getting one. Now, if you are still on the fence or you have questions about it, you can always speak to me. I have a one-on-one hair transplant consultation service that you can sign up and have a conversation with me, book some time. We'll talk about anything you need to clear all your doubts, or even if you just want to talk about your hair loss or just talk about ways and try to improve your aftercare. I'm here for you. Book some time and I'm happy to have that conversation with you. Lastly, a couple of videos ago, I posted that I wanted to share a bunch of people's hair transplant stories with my audience. I've had a bunch of signups and I'm just ironing out the final details, but if you're interested, definitely sign up for it. There's a link in the description below. I'd love to hear your story if you've had a great hair transplant, or even if you had a negative one and you just want to talk about it so that people are aware of certain situations. I'm happy to do that. I'm all about transparency. If you're comfortable being on the channel, definitely fill up that form below, and I'll get in contact with you as soon as possible. Okay, I think that's all for this update. 3 years ago, I was bald. Today, I'm not, and I'm really, really happy about that. If you're someone in that situation, I hope these videos are helping you as much as they can, and I hope that your hair will grow. If this video has brought you some sort of value, consider liking it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check out some of my other videos for the entire journey of my hair transplant, and I'll catch you guys very, very soon. Peace.